I got to ask Boucher, how did you end up with 3 different stints with the Philadelphia Flyers? Was it like an ex-girlfriend you couldn't leave?
Yeah, actually, it was 4 to be honest with you. So I when I so Meth and I would have been in Columbus, right?
Yeah,
You were
like
there. You were
I was.
just coming.
I remember. Yeah, I remember playing with you there. But I think I was a call up because it was the 2016 or sorry, 2006, 2007 season, and you were there. I think you were there for like a handful of games too, right? Or you played a handful of
6
games.
weeks.
Yeah,
So at
there
the
you
deadline,
go. So,
at the deadline, I got picked up on waivers. So this is a great. I don't want to take up all the time here, but this is actually a really funny story, and I don't even know if you remember this. But so I was there. I got picked up off waivers by Columbus, and my wife stayed in Chicago with Tyler and my daughter. They were just really young, and like 3-4 years old. And I'm there in the hotel, and I'm trying to, I'd go to dinner with you guys and stuff like that. And I'd say, hey, let's grab a beer. You know what I mean? You guys are like, no, you guys are so focused. You wanted to make it, and I was like, okay, I can understand that. But remember Jeff Platt? Jeff Platt?
yeah, of course. He was my roommate in Syracuse.
So this guy, he would practice at 1,000 miles an hour with 5 games left in the regular season. A team that's not making the playoffs, right? We have an optional skate. And he's firing pucks like off the collarbone, and I'm just not in the mood. Like, it's an optional skate. I just want to let's just get out of here and we can move on with our day. Yeah. And I got wild at him, and I told him, I yelled at him. I said, if you shoot the puck again at my neck, I said, we're fighting, right? And the next guy that comes down is Joachim Lidstrom. Remember him? He was a good player,
very good skill player. Yeah.
Unreal. He comes down, next shot goes underneath the crossbar and hits that back bar and goes clunk, clunk, and everybody in the corner is like they couldn't believe it. They start laughing, and I lose it. I take my stick and I go to smash it on the crossbar and dislocate my shoulder. Doug McLean suspends me, right? And says they're not paying for my surgery. So now I'm I was borderline going to the minors anyway. So the next year I called Paul Holmgren after shoulder surgery. Nobody wanted me, right? I was on waivers to Columbus. They were a non-playoff team, and I really just needed to play. So I called Paul Holmgren and I begged him. I said, can I please just sign a minor league contract and play for the Philadelphia Phantoms? I said, I just want to play. I don't want an NHL deal. I just want to get my confidence back. And he said, absolutely, no problem. Signed for $100,000 to play for the Philadelphia Phantoms. I played 42 games. And eventually from there, I signed with San Jose for a year and a half. And then I came back to Philadelphia because I think Homer wanted to sign me to a 2-way contract, but didn't have enough room. And I went to San Jose for a year and a half. And then I came back and signed for 2 years there. And then Homer brought me back a 4th time from Carolina. But put me in the minors, and that was the end of it. So I think a lot of it had to do with Paul Holmgren, and I guess he liked me, hated me, but at the end of the day, he did a lot of favors for me, and I'm really grateful that he brought me to Philadelphia back, because without that, my career could have been dead after that Columbus debacle. But fortunately, my shoulder is good and strong now, and I got a funny story to go along with it.
And it's amazing that that one subtle moment of Jeff Platt, who plays for the Belarusian national team, by the way, because I had to cover him at the World Championships this year. He's still playing. Yeah. But because he's got his dual citizenship. But had he not gone towards your neck, followed by Joachim Lindstrom, maybe your whole fate would have changed and you'd be somewhere else right now. Right. So
imagine that. Crazy. Yeah. And then, it's a great point. Another thing too, is you try and call your wife when she's in Chicago with two young kids, and I call her and I say, oh, hey, hon, I hurt my shoulder today. She's like, oh no. I was like, yeah, it's not good. She goes, how did you do it? And I told her how I did it, and she hung up on me.